I particularly chose to start this video here as this is where Enkidu, the eagle, accepts Basim and acknowledges that he is a member of the Assassins now. The end of the game is the exact opposite, where Enkidu rejects Basim, who has chosen to become Loki reincarnate. Hello and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is the latest release in the Assassin's Creed series. I mean, it's not a really new game because it's been out for some time, but I'm going to be making a lot of Assassin's Creed videos on my channel moving forward and giving different perspectives on the various titles in the franchise in the next few weeks. So kindly stay tuned to hear all about these AC games if you are into them just like I am. And in this video, I'm not going to be talking about Mirage as an individual game, but rather compare it to other games in the franchise, as this is a video which is mainly focused on the negative aspects of the game. Admittedly, I went into Assassin's Creed Mirage with low expectations, and unfortunately, not only the narrative but the overall game didn't exceed them. The plot revolves around eliminating powerful figures, just like any other Assassin's Creed title, and it's a theme that has been explored in almost all of the previous entries that I can think of. New characters are introduced, but they lack depth. And there are some promising side stories like Ali's rebellion, but they are left hanging. Now, while the art team deserves praise for recreating Baghdad, the story feels like a setup for future installments. If you're worried about missing crucial plot points, watching a short online video might suffice. The focus seems to be on the protagonist, Basim's backstory. While interesting for fans, it leaves the overall narrative feeling like a filler episode. There's missed potential for exploring deeper themes and events. The story and characters don't quite live up to the setting's potential. While Mirage offers a shorter story, around 15 to 20 hours, some players might find it lacking in depth. Combat mechanics, a key element in past Assassin's Creed titles, seem less engaging in Mirage. The selection of side missions is also limited. It seems the attempt to cater to both new and classic fans resulted in a streamlined experience that sacrifices some of the depth previous entries offered. I also want to quickly mention that despite of the game being short, I found the dialogue interactions in this one really boring and often found myself skipping them in a lot of places. The dialogue and character facial animations are some of the weakest aspects I have encountered in an Assassin's Creed game. I mean, I made a video just a few days back on Assassin's Creed Unity. And if you go back to that game, and if you take a look at the character animations, the facial expressions in that game, I mean, it is phenomenal given the fact that that game is a decade old. This title, Mirage, released in 2023. It's not even a year old. but the dialogue feels unnatural and the facial expressions don't convey emotions effectively. While Mirage certainly delivers on its promise of being a throwback to earlier Assassin's Creed titles, the core gameplay loop of exploration, assassination, and stealth is present. Yes, it's there. And it does offer a familiar experience for veterans. However, for some players, this familiarity might border on repetition. The enemy AI and some mechanics like crowd blending might feel less essential due to the lower difficulty. The assassination missions, while offering some choice, might not provide the level of strategic depth that some desire. One key difference is the de emphasis on combat. Mirage seems to encourage a more committed approach to stealth, as recovering from mistakes can be challenging. Mirage's focus on familiar stealth mechanics with a smaller scale world might be a double edged sword. While some will enjoy the nostalgic elements and focus on stealth mastery, others might find the experience repetitive and lacking in depth. While Mirage offers a polished and enjoyable experience, it doesn't stray far from the established Assassin's Creed formula, and this might feel like a missed opportunity for those seeking significant changes. The inclusion of a visual filter referencing the first Assassin's Creed further emphasizes the game's homage to the series' roots. While Basim is an interesting protagonist, the overall narrative feels a bit repetitive and lacks the mystery that gripped players in earlier Assassin's Creed titles. This whole story angle about Nehal also did not make sense to me. I mean, think about it. You have Basim, who's grown around people. It's not like he's lived in isolation. You have him interacting with other characters, with children, right at the start of the game, with a character called Darvesh in the beginning. And all of these people have not noticed that he has psychological issues. I mean, here's a person who's talking to an imaginary person. That part of the story clearly needed more polish. You needed more people to think about it, how they would go about executing this part of the story, because this feels half baked if you really ask me. What could have been done with Baghdad as a playground? There is such a lot of missed opportunities. I mean, think about it. This is Baghdad. They could have even had Anunnakis in this story and merged that with this whole Isu plot. But nah, not only is the story writing lazy, but it also reflects in the world of Baghdad because it's beautiful to look at, but there's not much to do here. Hopefully, future Assassin's Creed titles will build upon this foundation and deliver a more engaging story experience which is also more immersive. Compared to recent Assassin's Creed titles with vast open worlds, Mirage offers a more focused experience centered around a single city, Baghdad. While this might be appealing to some players who prefer a tighter narrative, others might find the world to feel smaller and less vibrant. The focus on a single city also impacts the presentation of antagonists. Mirage features fewer villains compared to the grand conspiracies with intricate character development found in previous entries. Let me give you an example. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I mean, the scope, the scale of that video game was on a whole different level. It was on the other end of the spectrum when compared to Assassin's Creed Mirage. And it's this limited scope that might restrict opportunities for building suspense, for exploring the motivations of opposing factions. Similarly, the lack of hidden secrets and puzzles scattered throughout the world reduces the incentive for exploration outside of the main objectives. This contrasts with recent Assassin's Creed titles that encourage players to delve deeper into the world to uncover its mysteries. Ultimately, the value proposition depends on your expectations and your budget. If you can find it at a discounted price and enjoy classic Assassin's Creed gameplay, Mirage could be worth checking out. However, if you crave groundbreaking mechanics and a fresh experience, you might want to wait for future installments. What are your thoughts about Assassin's Creed Mirage and this video? If you've liked this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button and also that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. I do make videos on games. I have gameplay videos, I have reviews, I have some unboxing videos as well on my channel, so feel free to check them out. And a like and a subscribe will really be appreciated. But it's a wrap for this one, folks. I will see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, I'll say take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.